Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Paul Summerville. I'm the Federal Liberal Party of Canada candidate for the upcoming by-election in Victoria. I care passionately about how we spend every single public dollar. Global warming is happening, and there's one simple solution: a carbon tax.
Yes.
$30 a ton, raise $10 a year to $100, and then use that money to fund fair government, education, and health care. Thank you. When it comes to marijuana, it's very simple. Legalize it, commercialize it, regulate it, and tax it. I think if we had a guaranteed annual income, in one fell swoop, we would remove income poverty. That doesn't mean that we wouldn't have other programs to make sure, in particular in the case of Aboriginal children, that the education outcomes are world-class because they do have proper housing and proper food and proper access to water. But I think a guaranteed annual income is something whose time has come. One of the most important things to understand is that the secondary sewage treatment plant that's being imposed on Victoria is a 19th century technology. It's been around for 120 years. And the real option is to put in place the new 21st century green technologies that are being developed as we speak. They're used in the Nordic countries. They're being prototyped in Vancouver and Nanaimo. They're really within our grasp. So instead of wasting, flushing $1 billion down the toilet, so to speak, someone of us had to use that metaphor. What we want to do is perhaps put $10 million at UVic and $10 million at Royal Roads and $10 million in Camosun and mobilize scientists so that we create a Canadian 21st century green technology for this challenge. And we are doing primary treatment. Dawn's absolutely correct. We've been doing it at gas stations since the 1970s, dentist offices, and restaurants. What we need to do is go to the source, put in world-class primary treatment in those areas to block those from going into our system, and then put in place the 21st green technologies, which will differentiate Canada, will differentiate Victoria, so we become a model for the rest of the world, instead of a city that's using a technology that's, quite frankly, ancient.
Housing in this neighborhood?
Yes. Well, we need a national strategy for housing, that's for sure.
But that's an example of what might be appealed to.
Well, that's like the sewage treatment plant. It's not the way it is. We need to change it. Where they oppose all kind of resource development. I think the Liberal Party hasn't, because it's such an important part of our. Well, we had a great debate today. The quality of the candidates is great. I began my life in Scarborough, Ontario, where I lived at a lower middle income family. Neither of my parents graduated from high school, but that didn't prevent me, someone born into a home of limited circumstance, to aspire and live a life of unlimited opportunity. And I think if I had been born in a different country, that I wouldn't have had that chance. I believe very strongly that the country I was raised in gave me the chance to live an extraordinarily interesting life. And now what I want to do by entering public life is take a life that's been interesting and make it consequential. I truly believe Canada made me. I'm running because I want to give voice to the people of Victoria to have a real choice about the future of their city. A city that has 21st century transportation infrastructure. A city that invests in the most important environmental issue that we face, which is 21st century storm sewers. We need to invest in a 21st century transportation infrastructure. This will be very difficult to do because if we waste money on the $1 billion boondoggle, the secondary sewage treatment plant, this is going to suck all of the infrastructure dollars out of our city. I've always said that the most successful countries are the ones that balance unequal outcomes and equality of opportunity. Countries that find a way to give space to entrepreneurs and business people who want to build companies and get rich, win the gold medal as far as the economy is concerned. But at the same time, those countries then that can regulate and tax its economy in such a way to make sure that we're investing in equality of opportunity.
I'm Paul Summerville, and thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I hope to have your vote on November the 26th.